You're in the interview, it's going well, and then it lands. So, tell me about yourself. And you do the thing everyone does. You take a breath, and you start at the beginning. Well, I graduated in 2019, then I took a role at... And somewhere around your second job, you watch it happen. Their eyes glaze, they start nodding on autopilot. And the single best chance you had to win this interview quietly slips away. Here's the reframe that fixes all of it. They did not ask for your life story. They asked for your trailer, not the whole movie. A trailer is 90 seconds. It's the best parts. It's built to make you lean in and think, I need to see the rest. That is what a great answer to this question does. I'm Robin, a career coach built by the team at Longbow, and I'll show you how to cut your trailer in 3 parts so they lean in instead of checking out. First, know what this question actually is, because it is not the icebreaker it pretends to be. It's the audition's opening line, and in the first 30 seconds, the interviewer is quietly deciding one thing. Do I lean in or do I check out? They're testing 3 things at once. Can you communicate clearly without rambling? Do you actually know what matters for this job, or will you tell me everything? And the big one, of all the things you could have said, why did you choose these? That last one is the whole game. This answer isn't really about your past. It's about your judgment. Now the advice you have heard 100 times. The present, past, future formula. Talk about your present, then your past, then your future. And look, it isn't wrong exactly, but it hands you a timeline. And a timeline quietly tricks you into starting at the beginning, the boring part, and marching forward in order. So you open with something like, I graduated with a degree in marketing, and you've just spent your most valuable 10 seconds on the least interesting thing about you. Here's the fix, and it's the whole secret. Lead with the ending. Open with where you are now and the best, most relevant thing you've done. Then fill in only the past that earns it. A trailer doesn't start with the studio logo and the actor's childhood. It opens on the explosion. So should you. So let's cut the trailer, 1 part at a time. Part 1, the headline. Your very first sentence should tell them who you are professionally and the one strength that matters most for this job before you give a single date. Not, I started my career in customer service. Instead, I'm an operations lead who spent the last 4 years turning chaotic support teams into ones that actually run on their own. Hear the difference? In 1 sentence, they know exactly what you are and why they should keep listening. And notice, I aimed it. If the job is about scaling a team, the headline is about scaling a team. Same person, different job, different headline. The headline is where you decide what movie this is. Make it the one they're casting for. Part 2, the proof. This is where almost everyone reverts to a resume list. I did this, and also this. Don't. Give them one short story instead. A story does 2 things a list never can. It proves the headline, and it makes you memorable when they're comparing 5 people who all blur together. So right after the headline, you drop in the moment that backs it up. When I joined my last company, the support team was drowning. 40-hour response times, everyone burning out. I rebuilt how the work flowed, and within 6 months, we were answering in under 4 hours with the same headcount. That is not a list. That's a scene. It has a before, a turn, and an after, and a number to make it stick. 1 good scene beats 10 bullet points. Part 3, the bridge. You've told them what you are, and you've proved it. Now you point the whole thing at them. 1 or 2 sentences that say, this is exactly why I'm sitting here. That's the kind of problem I love. And honestly, it's why this role jumped out at me. You're scaling fast, and keeping quality from breaking under that is the thing I'm best at. And then you stop. No, but I'm still learning. No nervous laugh. Now let's hear all three together. I'm an operations lead who turns chaotic support teams into ones that run themselves. At my last company, the team was drowning, 40-hour response times. And in 6 months, I got us under 4, with the same headcount. That's the problem I love, and it's why this role caught my eye. You're scaling fast, and protecting quality through that is exactly my lane. 60 seconds. Headline, proof, bridge. That is a trailer. Last thing. 3 answers that end the trailer before it even starts. 1. Reciting your resume out loud. They already have it. Reading it back just tells them you didn't think about what to say. 2. Rambling past 2 minutes. The moment you cross the 90-second mark, you stop informing and start filling silence, and they feel it. And 3. The sneaky one. False humility. I'm still pretty new to this, but you just told them not to take you seriously. Save your weaknesses for the question that actually asks. So, lead with the ending, prove it with a scene, bridge it to the job. Here's the honest catch. The hardest part is knowing which strength to headline for a specific role. So paste the job into Longbow at longbow.careers, and I'll help you cut your trailer for that exact role. Headline, proof, and bridge, before you ever sit down. It's free. Now go make them lean in. I'm Robin.